Hi guys, I'm Alex.
And I'm Kyla.
And today we'll be talking about land plants. Land plants are split into three groups. There's your non-vascular plants, there's your vascular plants without seeds, and then there's your vascular plants with seeds.
All three groups of plants share a common reproduction strategy called alternation of generations. Plants have been around much, much longer than humans. Over time, they have developed some very unique characteristics. But one feature that is common to all plants is their bizarre sex lives. Plants have evolved a cycle in which they take on two different forms in their lives, called alternation of generations. This is a life cycle that includes diploid as well as haploid multicellular stages. So let's start with the spores on the left. This is the first stage of the life cycle. These spores start out as one haploid cell that undergoes mitosis to become a multicellular haploid structure that we call the gametophyte. This gametophyte then undergoes mitosis to produce gametes. This is your egg and sperm. These gametes then fuse in the process of fertilization. To form a diploid zygote. The zygote then undergoes mitosis to form the multicellular sporophyte, which then undergoes meiosis. This here is your reduction division and produces the haploid spores. The important thing to remember is that the term alternation of generations comes from the fact that they switch between the haploid phase of the life cycle and the diploid phase of the life cycle. The gametophyte stage is your haploid stage. This contains only one set of chromosomes, while the sporophyte is the diploid stage and contains two sets of chromosomes.
Today when we usually talk about land plants, we are normally referring to vascular plants. But these were not the first plants to inhabit planet Earth. The earliest plants actually had no vascular tissue, so they could not transport water or nutrients. Non-vascular plants are split into three phyla. The first one is bryophytes. These are your mosses. The second one is hepatophytes. These are your liverworts. The last group is your anthoceurophytes. These are your hornworts. In lab, you will only observe the bryophytes and the hepatophytes. All three phyla of non-vascular plants share common characteristics. For starters, these plants do not have specialized connective tissues. This means that they do not have roots, leaves, and stems. Because of this, non-vascular plants cannot transport water or nutrients. So this is why these plants will live in environments with high levels of moisture. This allows them to get water from the moisture in the environment by osmosis and diffusion. Like we said earlier, non-vascular plants do not have roots. So instead, they have rhizoids. These rhizoids will attach to the ground as support for the plant. Once the plants have taken up water, they want to make sure that water is not lost. In order to stop water loss, non-vascular plants have waxy cuticles. Some non-vascular plants even have pores with guard cells. These are known as stomata. Lastly, all plants undergo alternation of generations. However, in non-vascular plants, the gametophyte is the dominant generation. Just a reminder, this is the haploid phase of the life cycle. The female part of the plant that produces the eggs is called the archegonium, while the male part that produces the sperm is called the antheridium. In order for fertilization to occur, water must be present. Non-vascular plants, like this moss, were only the beginning of the evolution of plants. Land plants evolved vascular tissue, like this whisk fern here. When land plants evolved with vascular tissue, they formed two groups. Groups without seeds and groups with seeds. So at this point, we'll take a look at vascular plants without seeds. With vascular tissue, plants were now able to transport water and nutrients. The vascular tissue is made up of the xylem, which transports water, and the phloem, which transports nutrients. The vascular tissue also gave support to the plant, allowing these plants to grow stronger and taller. It also gave plants the freedom to move away from moist habitats. Contrary to non-vascular plants, all vascular plants have sporophyte as a dominant generation. Again, the sporophyte is the diploid phase of the life cycle. This means that the actual plants that you observed in lab were the sporophytes.
All seedless vascular plants are homosporous. This means that they produce only one type of spore. These plants require water for fertilization. Homospory is when the plant produces one type of spore. This means that the gametophyte is bisexual, and it is at this stage that it forms male and female gametes through the male reproductive structure called the antheridium and the female reproductive structure called the archegonium.
Hi guys, I'm Alex.
You've had this idea together? Who's going first?
He's going first, I guess. I just learned that just now.
Non-vascular plants, like this moss, were only the beginning of the evolution of plants. Let me do it again, okay. Huh? How am I frowning? Am I? Okay, I'll try not to frown. Okay, cool. Non-vascular plants, like this moss, were the she's laughing. Hide, go hide. Okay, right? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I hate you so much. Okay. Non-vascular plants,